Hi, my name is Tanisha Smith, and you are watching the T. Smith Experience. I'm here today with Becky Morales, and she's going to be telling us about her story, her passions, the things she loves, and how she got to where she is today. Hello, Becky.
Hi, Tanisha.
Hello. So thank you for allowing me to come into your space. You and I met through a retreat process, and I remember getting the email from a good friend, and her telling me about the retreat, and I was like, I just barely told you what happened, and now you got me going to this retreat. What is this all about? And so I'm happy to hear your story today and for you to tell how you got involved.
I'm right around my early 20s. I got pregnant by a guy I didn't really know very well, but I decided to keep the pregnancy, and I gave birth to a wonderful little girl. I started making very poor decisions even after my daughter was born, partying really, really hard, and by then I got pregnant probably when my daughter was about 9 months, and that's when I had my first abortion. I'm sure for a lot of people when you have an abortion it kind of numbs you, and relief came over me, and then I remember probably when Zoe's around 3 years old, got pregnant again. And that time I got another abortion, and after the second abortion, it really just, something broke me. I became like a different person from there. And a lot of drinking, like to the point of blackouts and stuff.
So at what point did you say, this is time? It's time for me to make a change. This is it, right here.
After the second abortion, it was like kind of like an out-of-body experience, almost like, I'm like, what am I doing with myself? I think for me it was a snowball effect. I started like making little decisions from there, and it turned into bigger decisions, and I started realizing I myself needed a lot of healing still, and people started hearing about my story. I was very open about my abortion. A lady walked up to me at church, and she was like, I've had abortion, and she's like, I want you to come to this retreat. And I thought it was like really weird, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I've had my healing. I've made my peace, But my husband started like putting this tickle in my ear, I guess, and he kept saying, yeah, we need to go to this. And he literally dragged me to this.
Did you guys go together to the
We
retreat?
did. We went together.
What was that experience like?
Oh my gosh.
For you?
For me, it was funny because we fought for 3 weeks straight before the retreat. And we just had all this intensity and struggles, a power struggle with us. And I'm like, I'm not being vulnerable with anybody. There was about 20 people, and I'm like,
that is a tough topic to have in front of people you don't know.
Like, that's exactly what I'm like, why do I want to be vulnerable to complete strangers about my deepest secrets? And I don't know what happened, but by that weekend, there was like a process that they do that was very easy, that made you wanted to be vulnerable, I guess, if that's the right word. It actually changed the trajectory of what I wanted to do with my life. It's like from Friday to Sunday, and on Sunday, I remember I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this for the rest of my life. And then I actually just started volunteering on the team. And I did that for a few years, and then I actually started working for Real Options, which sponsors these Rachel's Vineyard retreats.
Tell me a little bit more about Real Options.
So Real Options is a place for anyone that is struggling with any kind of pregnancy decision. Like they're not sure if they want to have an abortion, or they want to keep it, or even if they're very set on having an abortion, they can come in. And they have a safe place to talk about where they're at.
What are some of the services you provide?
So a lot of times people are obviously not in a good place. They're pregnant, they're scared. So what we want to do is give them all their options, that they don't feel like they have to have an abortion, that there is other options. And if they decide they do want an abortion, we're still going to love them. We're still supporting them,
and that's what it's really about. I think the biggest thing is not having the support. I don't know for your story. My story is not having the support on either decision.
Correct.
Decision to do it or not to do it. Having some type of support would have been amazing. Just to know that somebody was there for me, whatever decision I made.
Really, it's being free. You know, you don't have to constantly think, what if I should, shouldn't. it's finding freedom from your past. And that's my passion. You want to see people go through that process and forgive themselves, or even not even they feel like they made the right decision or wrong decision. Whatever. No judgment.
Yep.
It's just for finding healing with you, because I remember when you came to the retreat and it was on the first night, and you started crying.
Yeah.
And you go, I never cry.
I did not cry in public like that, and absolutely not. There's no reason to.
Exactly.
Until.
I love that, from experience. I realize so many women want to talk about their abortions and their pregnancy loss, even miscarriage, because a lot of times if a woman's had abortion, usually it's more than one, majority of the time. Or if they have an abortion, they have a miscarriage in there, and it's kind of all tied into grief in general, I've noticed. So a lot of times people think, I don't want to go on a retreat. It's too much, which I get, no one wants to go be with some strangers. It's intense. It's for the brave. Yeah, and then other people are like, well, then I'm like, I have Hope support groups that we do, which is the third Thursday of every month here at the Alameda office.
So I'm so happy between meeting you and going to the retreat with a bunch of other vulnerable people. I feel like the vulnerability level for me has gone from 10 down to like 2. Honestly, I don't mind being open and vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable, and I really appreciate that. And so I'm looking forward to being a part of your team however I can help you.
Yes.
Life coaching for you, I will be the biggest advocate for you, because I know your passion doesn't stem from just one subject. It's just overall healing of people, and so I think that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to benefit from. Definitely. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.